a couple minutes early here, just because that's how we roll. Is that how we roll? One of my greatest weaknesses in the entire world is I am not punctual at all. Work on it. I try my best. Hello, everybody. Okay, Nordic guy, you got to tell me your freaking name. I'm so bad. Oh, Nikolai's in there too. Excellent. My friend Nikolai from Siberia. Urban. Like Urban Meyer, like the football coach. Stray dog. How's it going, man? Shut up. My audio's off. No way, they can hear me. They're answering my questions. Can you hear me? That's why we're in here early. Casey. Can everybody hear me? Like urban legend. Haha! There's my man from Master. See everybody. You can turn up your thing. Maybe it's you. I'm gonna offend Matthew. Since you're not, like, we're not face to face, then I'm gonna say just terrible things about you, Matt. That's how it works in the Instagram world. You know that, right? Like, if there's face to face, you're all nicey, and then as soon as you go behind somebody's back, they're like, "Listen, you piece of shit." Oh. Okay, listen. I tried to figure out before he comes on. I tried to figure out. Top influencer. I am not top influencer. Did it work? You coming on? Did I do it right? Come on, baby. Trying. I'm trying. Set. Go live. I'm pressing the buttons. It's insane. You know what? I do want to say there's way too much talk about the size of other dudes' units. That makes me uncomfortable. Since you're unable to join, man. Am I gonna do back squats? No, dude. I have the cheater bar. I have like Kabuti, like the super cheater bar. Come on, man. Trying you again. He's there. I'm chickening out. Don't really want to do this. Oh, there he is.
Brandon, what's up?
What is that?
Not too much. How you doing, man?
Okay, man, you got to tell me how to say your freaking name.
Oh, God. All right. My name is pronounced Keeys, but nobody will ever know how to pronounce that except for my family. So you can call me Keys. Everybody calls me Keys.
Keys? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, before you start trying to roast me, yeah, I know it's coming. So I want you to pre-qualify me under your Chongo rules because I think I meet most of your criteria.
All right.
So let's go through them again when you're ready, if you remember them.
Okay, well, you have to have had your ticket for at least 5 years, right? That's like number one.
I've been a master for 10 years.
Okay. Perfect. How long have you been in business?
8. Oof. Do I have to leave now? That's pretty good. Listen, I know I'm still a baby. That's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Listen, I follow you, and so I don't see you beaking off. Although you're into the sauce a bit early for this conversation, man. Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
It's 9 o'clock where I'm at.
Oh my gosh. So I don't see you beaking off. So I think you're fine. And
I'm doing
then
all right.
you know what? I can't remember what number 3 is. It's too late in the day. What is number 3?
All right.
Oh, you don't suck. I don't think
I
you
don't
suck.
suck.
No.
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 I think we'll have a good talk. I'm not a full blown influencer for all the people in the chat that are like, oh, let's roast this. let's dig.
Dude, they all chickened out. Every single one. I put it out
That's
there.
what
I got like 3 people that I've already talked to many times. They're like, yeah, I'll go with live with you. I'm like, all right. And then you, out of nowhere, said, yeah, let's go. I'm like, cool. So everybody that was talking smack for 2 weeks is gone. Radio silent.
I'm not in the cool kid club. I'm not. I didn't get the
Is
invite.
it the cool kid club?
The unfollow Baker. I'm a fan of your page, but I do want to talk about it because I think there's 2 sides to the story, and maybe you can get one way or the other, and vice versa.
All right. So the problem with going live is everybody starts shooting off with their freaking comments. Anyway, all right. Well, tell us. Everybody knows my story because I never shut up. So why don't you tell us what your story is? You're 10 years master. You're 8 years into your little journey. Family man.
4 kids and a wife. Yep.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
More credit, right?
Yeah.
All right, man.
That's how. Before you start, let me say this. There is nothing more impressive in this world to me than people that bet on themselves and say, my entire family is resting on me. And I will fight the government, and I will fight the competition and the manufacturers to provide for my family. There's nothing. Total respect, buddy. Total. It's complete.
Hey, it is. It's a lot of weight on the shoulders, but
it is, man.
I'm sure you know that.
I do.
But so I started plumbing when I was 19. I went to college, community college, thinking I was going to go to school for business. I went to college for about 2.5 weeks, and I was like, I'm not digging it. So maybe if it was a real, university, maybe I would have stuck around a little longer. But I bailed on that, and my father was actually in a bar with a local plumbing business owner, and just had a chat and said, hey, my son's, looking to find his way in the world, and, can you give him a shot? And he did. And it was a decent sized company. It was probably 50, 60 people in it at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Plumbing, electrical, HVAC, kind of like the trifecta. So I got a good taste of a little bit of everything, not really electrical, but, some HVAC experience. They had boiler crews, all that stuff. But I got started in new construction right away, and I loved it immediately, literally immediately. And just kind of got sucked right into it, started plumbing school right away. I got my journeyman probably close to 3 years to the day after getting my apprenticeship card, which is what was required back then in Massachusetts. Took a few years off after that. Well, not off, but 2-3 years out of school after that before I went to get my master's. And it was really just when I had the inclination to start a business when I decided I got to get back in school, get my master's, and took the test, got the ticket, and maybe 6 months to a year after that, started my own thing.
Nice.
And it's been good. Never look back, but I'm sure this game is full of challenges and hills to climb, and every day's a fight, and every year is a story, and you know what I mean? It's I've heard you say it. It's a tough life. It's not easy. It's not for the weak.
No, it's not. So what gave you the bug? What was sort of the genesis of you like, listen, I'm going to run my own show? Because this is a different breed, right?
Oh God, yeah. But you don't know that when you're thinking.
You don't know that.
But yeah, people will tell you, oh, like you see the bosses stressed out, like, oh God, you don't want these problems, But when I first wanted to, it's what most people or a lot of people think about is like, well, you know, I'm the show, right? At that time I was working for a shop with probably 5 or 6 guys in it. And I'm looking around the room and I'm like, well, that guy kind of sucks. This guy kind of sucks.
We want
the boss.
name. We want names, man. We want names.
They're too old. But you know, when you have a kind of a healthy ego about it, to like where you think, listen, I can go kick ass. I can go bang out these jobs. I can, you know, rough in 6, 7, 8 bathroom houses. I can, you know, go pipe heating systems. And, you know, just when you get to a certain brink of, not a brink, but when you get to a certain level of knowledge and kind of, you know, ability, I think, you know, that combined with the want to make more money and kind of feeling like you topped out, that was enough for me. You know, where I was at the point where I was kind of like, I think, what was that? 8 years ago, it was 2016. I think I was making $30 an hour on the check, which is not much compared to what guys are making nowadays, obviously, but it was decent back then. And I just had the feeling within the shop, it's like, yeah, you're kind of at the top of what you're going to make. You know, we're not going to really go too much further for you. So at that point,
well,
why not?
They haven't gone that much. Like, I don't know what's the journeyman make these days.
Yeah.
Even if you're super good, maybe 45.
I was going to say 45 for a good one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it was good money. And you know, like you said, like I said, you don't know until you know. So
you don't know till you know.
You think you're going to go from $30 an hour to making, you know, it's like, oh, I'll just start a business. I'll be making 75, $80 an hour. You know, first week, I'll just go take some jobs on, and that's my money. And I don't have to deal with the boss taking his cut, and it's all good, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's been a lot of
Don't cry. Don't cry on here. There's no crying. It's a fucking rodeo, man. That's what it is.
I'm not going to quit. I'm in it for life.
How old's your oldest?
12.
So you started when she was 4, and you probably had 2. 4 and 2. That's my guess.
I think I had 3 kids.
Oh.
They're all 2 years apart. So I had
4, 2 and a newborn.
Yeah, exactly.
And how was the significant other? How did she feel about that?
She had a good job. She was the manager of a bank, and so that was a tough life, you know. So she put a lot of trust in me to make the jump and you know, not let the ship sink. And you know, we're still floating, so it's
That's a few leaks in there.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, seriously, and I mean it to everybody, not just to you specifically, but we're talking. I mean, that's where the balls are, man. When you can tell your whole family that you're going to do this, right, and come hell or high water, and hell and high water are coming.
They are.
It's awesome, and it's just like I say, it's the difference between, and we need all of them. You need the self-employed, you need the big companies, and you need the employees to make sort of the economy and society work. But it's just like you say, to do what you do and hammer it out is awesome.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's the day in, day out, you know.
Yeah.
Never ending, really, but it's all worth it. Like I said,
it's never ending,
yeah.
Ever. All right. So I can't remember exactly what you said, but you've decided in your infinite wisdom as your little self-employed dude. Do you have any employees yet?
1.
Okay.
And I think
nice. When did you bring him on?
He's been with me for about 3 years. I've been back and forth between guys. You know, I've had 2 trucks on the road, 1 truck on the road. I'm not really trying to grow big. You know, I'm kind of me and a guy to carry my tools and drill my holes for me right now.
I'm not going to say anything about drilling your holes.
I hired him to drill a hole.
So what your comment was is you wanted to talk the influencer side of things. You're experimenting in that field a bit. How's that going for you? Well,
I'm supposed to have a direct deposit going into my bank account tomorrow morning for
first one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to talk numbers, but yeah, I am brand new to it. But that's about as far as it's gotten. I have obviously discussed these things with manufacturers, had offers given to me, gone through the contractual process. So basically, I'm working with 2 different manufacturers, basically like 10-month to 12-month contracts. They want 1 video per month, basically, or every month and a half, sort of a promotional video, or a video explaining one of their products, what you like about it, and getting paid for it. So when I started seeing your content about, guys are getting paid pennies on the dollars, that type of deal, I could see your perspective when it comes to, the macro scheme of things where, these corporations can afford to pay, and do pay thousands and thousands of dollars for advertising. But to get your foot in the door, you kind of have to get your foot in the door, as in with anything. So I'm taking a trial with these 2 companies. I'm going to see how it goes, see if it's worth the money or not. But I will say that it's more money than I expected. And it's not earth shattering or anything like that.
It's not 6 figures yet?
Not yet. No, I'm sure it is, though.
What's that?
That's part of it. I said, I'm sure there is people making 6 figures, maybe not in the plumbing realm.
So they tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little tough to that. But I guess I just kind of take a different view, from you as far as the direction that this thing is headed. I still feel like the internet is young enough to where things like, influencer marketing, so to speak, still have a chance to grow, and the market can kind of shift and pull and change directions. And obviously, nobody's going to be getting paid the same thing now, 10 years from now that they are now. And I think that things may be, climbing up as opposed to going down or on their way to disappearing, as you've said before.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And you're right. I know when I do those things, when I do this, like it's just like we're doing here, as you know, nothing's scripted, there was no pre-questions, or I'm like, yeah, let's just go and see where this conversation goes. Yeah. And so when I flip on the camera, I do the same thing. What I think I mean by that is you're there, they're interested in you, but for how long are they going to be interested in you? Like you say, you got to get your foot in the door, right? And say, I'll work for this much money. And then when your contract runs out, my impression is that there's, 6 or 60 dudes behind you that are like, dude, I want to get in on this train. Sure. Let's kick Keeys out of the way.
Yep.
And, it's sort of the only way, like, it's kind of the race to the bottom with, like, how new construction is.
Sure.
I don't do any new construction anymore because every year that I would meet with my GC, he'd be like, material goes up, labor goes up. He's like, Bobby, you got to freaking, you got to drop me by $150
sure.
per whatever, or, I'm going to find somebody else because Timmy over here is hungry. Yep. He's hungry.
Yep. No, I can see what you're saying with that, but you have to also take into account that, every market's different, right? So like I live on basically an island on the east coast of Massachusetts called Cape Cod. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Cape Cod potato chips, pretty good.
That's where all the horror movies take place, isn't it?
Yeah. Martha's Vineyard, Jaws.
Yeah.
But our market is so depleted of plumbers and so full of new construction that our prices don't go down. And, I see guys on Facebook and stuff like that in these groups talking about, you got to do service. You got to do service. You can only make money in service. And the truth is my prices go up every year and I've got way more work than I could ever imagine handling, it coming at me. Obviously, I have to tell people no, but, got a lot less of the problems than a lot of service companies have, where I've never advertised besides making, a Facebook post here or there. And, everything's been by word of mouth. So what I'm getting at is every market's different. You know what I mean? So
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
I've had fights on here before about, hey, this is how this works here. Like somebody tells me you're stupid. I'm like, I'm not stupid. I've lived here my entire life. I know how the market is. I mean, right. It's not Vegas. It's not Boston. It's not Texas. Right. Obviously, it's Calgary, Alberta.
Right.
I know what's going on here, type of thing.
So when I say get my foot in the door as far as this, influencer stuff goes, I guess what I'm really getting at is who really knew the answer to that question that, like I said, I'm not going to give numbers on here as far as how much I'm getting paid or how much people are getting paid. But, your guess would be as good as 8 other people in the chat's guesses. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're getting paid per video most likely. But most people probably have no idea. You know what I mean? A lot of people would probably say, oh, they're going to give you, $20, $50, $100. Could be $1,000, could be $10,000. Obviously, it's all dependent on the market and who you are at.
Who you're talking to and what your reach is and all the rest of that stuff, right?
So, I was genuinely curious to just kind of get in there and see what they were going to offer me. And it wasn't terrible, if I'm going to sit down and make a video to promote a product, I've got my own kind of rules of engagement as far as, I'm not going to be on there saying, grab this, little hair remover from Home Depot. I'm not going to be promoting,
If you do, I'm coming after you, bro.
I'm watching. I know. So
if you say even once it feels good in the hand, my response is going to be, so does my dick. Nobody else gets to touch it though. Like, what the fuck is that comment? Like, that's, oh yeah, it feels good in the hand. I'm like, what is going on?
I hear you though. But no, the two companies.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions, sure. and you're more than welcome to decline if it's too, whatever. So you're getting a deposit tomorrow. When did you make the video?
I've not made the video.
You haven't made the video, so they're prepaying you.
Prepaying me. All right.
So is it three figures or 4?
Oh, it's 5. Just under
with the decimal point.
That'd be pretty good too. I'll take that.
No, it's 5 figures. You're telling me it's like what? No.
For one?
No. It's 3. No.
Getting paid for one video.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, when are you gonna drop the video so I know what it is?
They're gonna send me the products to review. I haven't even got the products.
Oh.
So I will say,
okay.
Like I said, I have rules. This is a company that's been around since the early 1900s. They've got products that I've used my entire career, and they have some of the products that I use. I'll say on boilers, I use exclusively their valves. So,
okay.
you can try, but they're a good company.
Listen, I'm not. I don't want to flush everything out and ruin the surprise or anything like that. But
I charge more for that.
Well, okay. So I won't lie to you. That does surprise me that they've prepaid you.
Yeah. I didn't expect it. I just got an email yesterday that said we're gonna make a direct deposit in your account. And like I said, they're sending me out. Basically, they scripted out 8 or 9 videos worth of not scripted, but they said we want a video on this product, that product, this product again, that product. Yep. We're sending them out to you. Try them out. Make a video once a month about it. We'll pay you. So my thing is, I'm making videos anyway, and I like these companies, these 2 companies that I'm starting to work with. I like their products anyways. It's tough for me to say I like these companies because I don't know the history of who the people are and all that, and who nowadays with anybody. You know what I mean? It's like I love Chevy trucks, but I don't know who's building that or who owns the company. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I do like products. I can say confidently that I've used them. I've had good luck with them. I have or haven't had problems with, this or that. And, I am going to be in a positive light, critical as much as they'll let me get away with it until, if they don't like it, they'll give me the boot and stop paying me. You know what I mean? So it's just a big, really is what it is.
So what you're telling me is you're like a brand new baby virgin and you're about to go out on your wedding night, so you don't really have any fucking idea what you're talking about.
You and I have about the same.
What's that?
I said, I think you and I have about the same amount of experience in this.
I've been sitting in the cuck chair for a long time. How's that?
That's nice.
Watching people get fucked.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, I'm gonna wave at Central Term because they're in the house. Hello, Central Term, fellas. I love those guys, by the way. They know that. Anyway.
Yeah, how much you get paid for that, Bob?
Nothing. Nothing. I do have a banner up in here and a couple of hats. That's how people pay me, is in banners and a little bit of swag.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I like
Yeah.
swag. So yeah.
Are you on the list? Are you on the Baker Swag list? Are you prepared to get blacklisted?
I sent you a DM. We were going to do a hat swap, but I haven't sent it out to you yet.
Okay.
I was like, what? What?
Yeah, I got stuff coming in, so I haven't forgot. I've sent out everything I got, except for, like I've said, the people that aren't fucking fully grown yet. I got to get some smaller sizes, but as soon as my stock shows up, I'll let everybody know.
I'm an extra large.
Fucking Boston Monsters advertising here. Dude,
Yeah.
You had your chance like 2 weeks ago. Fuck off, man. Come
Matt,
on.
you better send this isn't free.
Are you like fucking neighbors? You're not. You're on Cape Cod. He's a couple hours away from me.
I don't think he likes to talk about where he lives, but
I know he doesn't. I literally said, "Where are you?" He's like, "Dude, that's way too much information." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that."
Matt,
you guys have. What's that?
I said Matt's my apprentice. He's actually the guy we were talking about earlier.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, put that fucker to work. Have him quit taking videos or give you a cut of his social media empire. How many people? What's the population on Cape Cod?
Oh God, I don't even know. Actually, I looked up the population of my town earlier. Is like 25,000. So I mean, there's I think 11 or 13 towns. Probably I don't know, a couple 100,000 people, something like that. It's a decent sized island.
Yeah. And is it mostly tourist stuff?
Oh yeah, it's a huge tourist trap. But I mean, it's
right.
beautiful to live year round. But in the summertime, that's the biggest obstacle. So I basically try to work within like my town and the 3 towns that surround it.
Yeah.
Just so that I don't go like, down the main highway 3 times as long and the bridge. So Cape Cod's got 2 bridges that you can get on and off. If you get across one of those, you're totally fucked in the summertime. So you don't.
Watch out for those bridges. I hear they're under attack these days.
Oh God, yeah, I gotta stay away.
Rest in peace to those construction workers, by the way. That's terrible.
Yeah, that is horrible.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should, sort of schedule the date to, check in like 6 months or so and see how your little venture went. If it's going anywhere, I suspect, like most things, there's some be good, some bad, and some ugly.
I'm not expecting some explosion of cash to happen. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's basically contracted for 10 months at a given rate. I'm sure, well, I'm under the assumption and pretty confident that they're going to pay me, especially since they prepaid me for the first one.
They're fucking loan sharking you, man. They're getting you. Or not loan sharking, pool sharking you.
They're going to DM.
You're gonna.
Oh, by the way.
By the way.
But
we got some other things you need to do.
Yeah. No, I think it'll go fine. But like I said, I really just wanted to kind of get my feet wet, see what happens. Who knows? Like I said, 10 years from now, maybe the market shifts. Maybe maybe they do pay more than plumbing pays. And right now, I forgot to tell you that. So I'm not going to give you the numbers again. But if I'm to sit down and make a video for these people, it pays probably more than my take-home pay is for plumbing. So I will say that.
And what time period?
Hourly for the amount of work that I'm putting into.
Okay.
I can make more money doing it. So obviously I'm not going to scale it because that takes away all of your credibility, right? So like and it's actually already happening, which is kind of weird. Right before I hopped on here, I saw like an advertisement from a plumber, which is not, something I'm trying to be careful with is like you said, you don't want to like hop on and just see a list of commercials one after after another, right? So
That's I guess that's sort of my,
commercially,
my fear is that this thing just turns into a massive commercial
right?
where every dude you follow is like, try this,
Sure,
try that. Look at this
right,
hat. You know where this hat
right,
came from? Let me tell you all about it. You're like,
right,
holy fuck. Does anybody have anything actually useful to share with me? Or is it all just,
right.
is it
That's
all a carnival, right?
that's the problem with a lot of like the brand new companies, because those are the guys that are really trying to grow. Like, I invented this, pipe reamer or something, and I need influencers to boost it for me, right? So now it becomes like just a carnival, like you said. It's just guys just shelling shit they've used once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll buy this. That's not the route I'm trying to go. Like I said, the two companies that I'm talking to right now are companies that I've used for my entire career. I'm using their stuff anyways. So promoting them is not anything that's going to like rest heavy on my conscience or anything like that. I can feel good about it.
You can
Definitely.
sleep well at night?
Yeah. Nah, you're calling. Tell me
Oh, like, let's,
go to sleep.
no, you got, well, like you said, and it's a thing. You know that. You got enough stresses in your life as a business owner that, and I do mean it. I mean, it's literal. You are fighting you're fighting your government. You're fighting your municipality because they want every dime they can squeeze out of you. You're fighting your, OSHA, and because those guys, they couch it as they're your friends, but if you
Yeah.
miss a payment, then they're coming for blood, man. Like that's just how that goes.
Yeah.
And so if you can get a couple extra nickels, good for you. I do think, and this is again purely my own thoughts, is it's going to be a bit of a turnstile as these guys, as new guys come in and old blood goes out.
Sure.
People come up with new ideas on how to. I mean, Matt's in here, so his little sister thing was awesome, and still pulls a crowd, but it's that how long does that stick go for, right?
Sure.
Where you
Right.
he's decided. I'm putting words in his mouth because he told me to fuck off on here, or he's advertising on here, so I might as well denigrate him while I got the chance
Sure.
to
Go for it.
that he's just he's decided that the money's in plumbing, which is where it is. My concern is that, and I don't know if you know, but I know specifically plumbers that are like, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an influencer. I'm not going to pursue, and most of them are apprentices. I'm not
Right.
going to pursue my education anymore because this is where the money is.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you are dumb as a sack of hammers
Right.
if you think that's going to go for you.
You just illegitimatized yourself from everybody that really counts as far as. I mean, I guess you could kind of split our demographic in two, as far as guys that have had their ticket and are experienced, and young kids growing up that just want to watch as well. But there's a ton of guys on here that are watching and they want to learn, not necessarily learn from, but they want to view content from people with real experience, that have been, like you said, fair enough. If you haven't been in it for a while, really, what do you know? Like, yeah, you may know how to, glue some P-traps and drive the band out, but it's a long road, man. I'm almost 20 years in the trade, and I got a long way to go too. I mean, I'm sure you haven't stopped learning. None of us have.
No, that's the crazy thing is, like, when I started my career, I was pouring lead joints, and
Right.
and I didn't install any galvanized water lines, but they were everywhere, right? We started using copper, and then it went to poly B, and then PEX, and then the digital world's taken over in our equipment, and there's a new well, there's new products coming out all the time, and you got to figure out how to use all that shit.
Yeah.
Case CS is threading pipe, dude. I had, and I'm sure everybody that's been in the trade, I had like gas fitting overalls.
Right.
Like that's what you wore that day,
Soaked in grease.
right? Because you just come home covered in grease and filth.
That's
right?
how you can, though. That's kind of a problem in the trades nowadays. Is like nobody's lugging threaders, nobody's soldering pipes, and I love my press tool. You know what I mean? But like when I was 19, we're talking 2005, you know, not that it was that long ago, but things were different back then. And expectations were higher from young men coming up in the trade, young people coming up in the trade, men and women. You know, I was on site at 6 a.m., you know, Monday through Saturday, you know, freezing cold, no matter what it was, no windows, no roof. It was go time until 4 or 5 o'clock at night, which is, you know, not crazy hours, but, you know, the demand.
Still.
You know, the demand was high for an apprentice because you knew if you had an apprenticeship, you had a shot and you wanted to, you know, be like the other guys. You wanted to go get your license, go make some real money, get your own truck. And it's tough nowadays. You know, it's like kids don't want to work as hard as they used to. And I don't even know. I don't know what the solution is to the problem of not having enough plumbers, because it's like we try and add more apprentices, but I don't know if
they're not. I mean,
you got to find
the numbers are dwindling, right? Like they're legitimately, the numbers are legitimately dwindling, right? Like it's not a growing pool,
right?
Like I think in the States, there's like 580,000 plumbers, which is crazy for a country of 335. Well, you guys go by a million every day because of illegal immigration, but. So 335 million people, and I don't know if that, you know, half a million plumbers includes HVAC techs and welders. I don't think it does.
I wouldn't.
But it's still, you know, that is a astronomically low number to service.
Right.
And you're experiencing it. And I've said the same thing to my own boys.
Right.
Where I'm like, listen, you guys like legitimately can make, you know, when they're my age, they'll be making like $500,000 because there's nobody going into it.
Right.
Right. And I don't see that changing in the fact that that's the double-edged sword of the social media thing, from my point of view, is it makes it look attractive, but it also makes it look easy. Right.
It's
not, I used to say back in the, you know, when I was hiring guys, I'm like, everybody wants to be a plumber till they have to be a plumber. Like stick your hand in that, what's in there. I don't fucking know.
Right. For 5 years of being the low man on the totem pole, you know, and hop in that hole, grab this, you know.
That's Pete right now. Like he's a bit tired of it, but he's like the low man. He's the low man. I'm like, dude, this is your job. He's like, I'm like, dude, you got a couple more years of this shit, so just deal with it.
But that's your son, and not to, you know, not to say it like in a bad way that it's your son, but what I'm getting at is he can trust you when you tell him, listen,
true.
You're gonna get through.
Yeah.
You know, there's you know, greener pastures ahead. You know, once you get to the other side, things get easier. You'll have somebody working under you. You know, they could do your shit work, make their way.
Drill your holes, right?
Drill your hole.
Dude, you said it, man. You said it, not me. Take another drink. Take another drink.
What are you doing? You powerlifting over there?
It's just about time for the workout. Yep. Yeah. Gotta look after the body.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said I got mine in already. Worked out twice today. I'm already pumped up.
Twice.
Whoa. Got to.
Whoa.
37. You gotta stay young.
Yeah. It's the key, fellas. If you're out there, you gotta look after that body because it doesn't take long for it to go sideways on you.
I think lifting is the actual key, not just working out.
No.
Lifting weights is good for the head space too. You know?
Yeah. Throwing some shit around.
Yep.
That's what you need to do.
It is.
100%. All right. What's your advice for all the young guys that are out there that are watching you, thinking that you're going to be the next, you know, influencer?
You want me to?
Yeah.
Junior influencer.
No, well, whatever advice you got, man. I mean,
I don't know. I can't speak on that. Like I said, I came on here as somebody that's kind of dipping their toes in the water. I don't have any influencer experience other than I did get approached by somebody from PHC pros to join their sort of agency.
Oh yeah.
Where they find you these, brands that want to work with you. And like I said, I just wanted to see what it was all about, give it a shot, see if it's a fit for me. But, when I started social media, I initially had an inclination towards building some type of brand that was able to monetize at some point. So seeing that as an opportunity, I didn't see any reason to look away from it. So we'll see. Like you said, if you want to chat again in a few months, we'll see. I'll let you know if, things go, haywire, I'll let you know if I hate it or love it. And you can let me know if I'm being too commercial for Instagram. Maintain my.
No, I'm sure you seem like you got a good head on you, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Has anything happened with with PCH pros, or same as me? They talked a big game and nothing happened. That's how it happened for me anyway.
Nothing happened for maybe 6 or 7 months, and then I just got those 2 offers in. Both leads that I got came from them.
Oh, okay.
So, yep. So they did come from them. They take a cut and they negotiate the contract for me because, like I said, who would really know how much money to ask for from one of these companies? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can puff my chest and say, I need $5,000 to make a video for you. And they're like, well, fuck you. You have 3,000 followers. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm not, making a ton of money, but obviously they've got a decent idea of where the market should be set. And, obviously I'm starting there, and who knows, maybe it turns into something, maybe it doesn't, and maybe I love it, maybe I hate it, but we'll find out. Yeah.
I will say that the only reason, or the reason I signed with them way back, 18 months ago was because they were very professional. They are an actual digital, or a media company that have run magazines forever, and have articles and all the rest of that stuff. And so they, like you say, they seem legit. They seem what they know what they're doing. Unfortunately, what happened is my account got nuked because I'm a big loudmouth before I could really go anywhere. And they're like, yeah, you might be a bit too headstrong for our audience.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I'm a little more soft-spoken than you, I guess, but
you'll get there. You'll get there. You're only 8 years in, man. Give it 38 and you'll be cranky old man, angry like me.
I've never met a plumbing business owner in his 50s or older that doesn't yell and scream at least once the abrasion kicks in.
It does.
I'm sure.
Yeah. The shafting finally catches up with you, and you just have to yell out. Yeah. That's how it goes. Okay, well, what do you think? What's the best advice for you giving out those? I'm a white ring extremist. No, I'm not. What's your best advice for guys getting into the trade? What's the best reason to get into it, do you think?
The best reason to get into it is if you're a natural fit, which a lot of men are and don't realize. Obviously there's other trades besides plumbing, but some people are just meant to work with their hands. But plumbing is a little different than a lot of other trades where, at least I feel like in order to be a good plumber, you got to have a good head on your shoulders. You got to be able to learn, read, you got to be good at math. You got to, you have to have a combination of both, really. So it's like, I was a terrible school student in high school. I barely passed high school, but, most people will tell you I'm pretty damn good with math. I can rattle off, math problems in my head pretty quick. And it's really just a combination of wanting to work with your hands and use your brain at the same time. And so if you're someone that can't sit in an office and you can't sit still all day, and you're strong, willing and able, and you got a half a head on your shoulders, you can learn, then it's a good fit, good living, you can make good money at it, and it's been nothing but a blessing to me.
So I agree with you. And I do think, honestly, that those opportunities and experiences will only become more and more prevalent as nobody's going into it.
Yep.
Really.
Yep.
It's an interesting And it's been a problem for 20 years, like I've said. 20 years.
Yeah.
And not going anywhere.
I see it now as a business owner trying to groom young people into the trade. But, when I was coming up, I only saw myself that was, like I said, kind of naturally inclined to this. As soon as I started roughing in houses, that's all I wanted to do. It was like a video game to me. It was like fun,
Yeah.
have fun. But I didn't notice, the other 6, 7 apprentices that were in this, decent sized company I was working at. I didn't really notice at the time. Now looking back on it, I realized that there was, kids screwing off, drinking on the job, smoking weed at lunch break and all this other stuff. Really probably just a basic human problem is that just people are just fucked up and you can't focus long enough to get something. But if you're lucky enough to know that you should be a plumber, you can focus on it enough to get your ticket, it's the way to go.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, man, I wish you all the luck in the world. I give you the accolades for having the balls to text, to DM me and say, let's do this.
Let's do it. Why not?
And I'm not that scary in real life. I present meaner on the videos than I am really, I think. But
no, I think you're a good man, Bob. I do.
Not everybody thinks that.
Shouting it from the Bob's a good guy. I want him to know.
Well, I appreciate it.
Goes against your story.
Does go against my story.
I know.
It does indeed.
So, I appreciate it.
Dude, I think it's great. Like I say, congratulations. If there's anything I can frickin' do, whatever, reach out and be happy to help out. Same goes for all you fucks.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
And as soon as I get my, I sent out 50 hats, and interestingly, only like 3 people have posted them. So the cancel Baker mob is real. People are too scared to fucking show their colors.
I didn't know that was happening.
It's totally happening, man. It's crazy.
I have your address. I'm going to send you a hat and just return the favor whenever you get some more t-shirts.
Yeah, they're on the right. I should have them in a couple of weeks.
All right.
They're coming. So
sounds good.
Anyway, gentlemen, have an excellent night. Thanks for joining. And it's Keys, right?
That's right. Don't forget it.
I won't forget it. Thanks, brother. Peace out.
Later.
Thanks. Bye. All right, that's it, people. Thanks to Keys. Listen, that dude's a brave man. I don't care what anybody says. None of those other chongos even dared to text me. Wait, how do you get a hat? You got to fucking DM me your address, and I will send you one out. Because that's who I am. You can't you can't buy that shit. You cannot buy that shit. It can only be given to you. Oh, you want to crack? Should we go live? Do you want to go? Fine. Only got like 10 minutes though. What's a chongo? Dude, look it up. Look it up in the Urban Dictionary. That's what it is. Holy shit. Dude, you got to speak on this thing. You can't just type. Oh. What are you listening to? You got to shut it off. Dude, my first question is how much weed have you smoked today?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You got to get away from the old lady.
Hi. She was watching TV. I've had none. Zero.
None? You're just chilling?
Correct.
That's all right. You're looking at me like a science experiment, bro. You gonna be okay?
I'm looking at my surroundings. I gotta gain my bearings. I'm in my basement. No, I'm just curious where my hat is. That's all.
Dude, I'm sending you one.
You got
I'm gonna send you the whole kit and caboodle. I sent a ton of shit out, and then anyway, I got a bigger response than I expected. And I'm gonna fully admit I am terrible at it. I'm terrible at it. I'm the packager, the mailer, the whole fucking thing. So.
hey, I'm waiting patiently.
All right. Sounds like you're waiting patiently.
No, I'm a patient guy. I'm a friendly guy. I really.
Did you call me a dick in the DMs because I didn't send you a hat yet? I'll have to look it up.
I may have.
You may have.
I may. Yeah, no. It could have come out that way, but no, I like you. I'll like make a story about it, and
you don't have to do any of that. There's no obligation. Like I've said before, if you destroy it somehow, then it's a cursed or blessed piece of fabric. So if you treat it well, it'll make your life better.
Here.
If you read it rough, it's gonna ruin your life.
My basement. There's a sticker.
Oh, you got Boston on there.
Here's another sticker, or a couple.
There you go.
Some more stickers.
I think that was.
I don't know. I don't know what my camera was pointed at. I'm just here for this.
Well, you clicked in, man. You clicked in.
I did. I don't know what I'm here for. Keeys is a hard act to follow. He's a good guy.
Are you out there too?
Yeah.
Are you out east?
No, I know him.
Oh, good. So you can vouch for him? I should have talked to you first.
No.
Okay.
He's the pro.
He's a pro.
I'm the guy. I'm the old guy who's still an apprentice.
Oh, you're one of those dudes.
No, I moved from California to Massachusetts.
Oh.
California, Rhode Island, and didn't know what I was getting into, and decided that I wanted to be a doer, not a seller.
Imagine that.
You know, I worked for a large wholesale company for a year before I moved across country.
Yeah.
Before that, I was coming out west.
And so, as I understand it, none of your credentials transfer over into a new state, right?
Exactly. Especially Massachusetts. It's one of the strictest states in the country.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's baby Baker.
Hey,
do you know Marlon the plumber? He did that. He was in Chicago and was going to school and then actually moved back to California. So he didn't. I don't know if he got his journeyman in Illinois or not, but anyway, it's crazy how that changes from state to state.
Backflow guy. I actually moved to Rhode Island and then happened to move to Massachusetts because of my existing job, and ended up going back into the field out here, and now I'm pursuing a license in the state. As far as my political alignment goes, I don't agree with a whole hell of a lot of what happened here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but what can I say? Money's here. Definitely good money.
Well, there's lots of people there, right? No?
Yes and no. Where I'm at, where Keeys is at, a lot of people with second, third, fourth homes. So, yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, that's. I guess if you're good at get into the sales game, then you're
Hey, Matt.
pat them from their money.
What I do.
And so, are you actually in the field now? Is that what you're up to?
Yeah, I'm fourth year apprentice. out of 5 years because they changed it since he was in his early years. As he said, he got his journeyman's in 3. Nowadays, you have to do all 5 years of school before you can take your journeyman's. So it's kind of dumb, but you know what?
It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to. I didn't want to fucking sell shit anymore. I mean, like he said, a lot of the young guys are just fucking there just for a paycheck. They don't care about learning, and I had to explain a lot of shit to a lot of people who should have fucking known better if they were actually like people of their trade.
No, I think I don't think that's a trade exclusive. I think that happens just about in every industry where people just want the money. They'll give a rat's ass. And it,
No,
like you say, it reflects on how well they do and reflects poorly on whatever industry they're in, right?
yeah, that could be definitely true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those where I it's yeah.
Well, I caught you unawares. I apologize for that. I thought I don't usually do the old tap in, but I think you tried a couple of times, so I figured I'd
I did
see
it at
what.
the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought it was me, but now it's like I did it at the end. Now,
Now you now you regret it.
no, I don't regret anything
No, all good.
because I haven't said anything questionable as far as I know right now.
No, I think you're doing good. Other than spinning in circles, that seems to be everybody's comment.
You know what? Fuck them. They should just be listening. Look at our.
That's right.
All
All right. Well, I do have another meeting at 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna let you go. And it was fine. It was a pleasure to put a face to the name after all the comments that we've sort of gone back and forth over the last couple of years. So that's awesome. And as soon as I get that hat, it's in the mail.
I'm watching for it every day.
Well, I'll DM you when it's sent, so you don't get you don't have to get too apprehensive about it.
All right.
Hey, that sound all right?
That's fine.
Look at even Keeys is vouching for you, so it must be good. It's a little love-in family. You got like the trifecta. You got Matt and you and Keeys. It's just phew.
I don't know Matt. I don't know that guy.
Oh well.
He's some.
It's just, you're all East Coaster, as far as I'm concerned.
I've only heard of his legend as far as the means of Plumber Supply in Wareham.
He is legendary. There's no doubt about that. No doubt. All right.
Influencer. Have a good one.
Lovely chat. Thanks, gents. That's it.